Okay, hello and good morning, everyone. Welcome to Easy Markets Daily Pitch International with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today's the 5th of April 2023. So, yeah, welcome, everyone. Welcome to this Wednesday's morning session where we're going to have a very quick look at the markets, a few charts, the usual stuff, guys. But yeah, before we do that, as always, we need to quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendations and should not be considered as such. This material should not be taken as an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. Look, I'll disappear here for a little bit. I'll give you a few seconds to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, just a quick mentioning of our Easy Markets website, which you can always check out for more information about us, about our different deals that we do, trading conditions, of course, yes, that we provide, we offer, and yeah, if you have any questions, you can always drop us an email, drop me an email, and yeah, or get in touch with me somehow, and then yep. We can kind of go from there. So, but yeah, guys, check us out. I think you can find something useful here. So, yep, be my guest. So, guys, now then, let's jump into the chart. So, the first one I'm going to pick up here is Nikkei 225. Okay, so yesterday we got a bit of a decline, and as the topic, the heading of the video says here, JOLTs drop. So, JOLT job openings have declined quite significantly, I would say. And yes, well, significantly, and yes and no. Basically, they did fell to 9.931 million, and the forecast was for 10.4. So it is a substantial decline, I would say. So yeah, the markets took a hit. Kind of the indices took a reversed to the downside. The dollar declined as well. So yeah, it's interesting that maybe the negative effect that we had here on the indices could be just temporary one, because again, just the whole kind of state of the economy, they will think that, oh, the economy is not good, so maybe we'll slow down a little bit. But the fact that if the dollar fell as well, then there's an expectation that there will be a halt on the Fed on the Fed rate hikes. So that's why I'm not really saying that we're getting bearish on the indices yet. There could still be, it could be just a little temporary retracement for another possible leg of buying. So keep that in mind. So coming back to this one, to Nikkei, for example, look, I I said before that if we want to go further north, a push above this 28,393 territory would be required. Right now, at this point, look how well this 27,863 played out. So basically, if I want to go look for lower levels, I'm gonna wait for a drop below this hurdle, because at the same time, then if we do drop below this hurdle, we could then go back all the way to these EMAs that I have here on my daily chart, and then we would take it from there. So in general, still, don't get me wrong, this move lower could still be classed as a temporary correction before another possible leg of buying. So just kind of keep that in mind, guys. But as I said, I'm not really getting too bearish on the market, on the stock market, because again, also, I'll get to the Fed bit as well in a moment once I jump into the U.S. indices. But in general, look, Nikkei, yeah, is kind of following the general sentiment, what's happening right now in the market, what's happening in Europe and in the US. So yeah, we got a bit of a decline. Okay, that's fine. Look, it's not an end of the world. If I draw a Fibonacci from this area, let me just put this on the chart. If I draw a fib, then you'll see that we have retraced nicely that 23.6% on the Fibonacci. Yes, so we're currently balancing around this area. So if we do continue to trade below this and we fall below that 27,863, yes, I'll aim for that 38.2, which probably could coincide with the 50-day EMA by the time, let's say, this does drop lower, if it does go lower. So this could be a nice area for a rebound. But again, first I want to see how it's going to play out near the 23.6% retracement on the Fibonacci and this 27,863 level. Maybe we could get a bit of a rebound here, and this is what I'm kind of leaning to. However, again, I'm not rushing to anything. I just want to see if how it plays out here. If it continues to decline, like I said, I'm aiming for that 38.2. But if it somehow stays around here somewhere, then maybe could be a nice rebound back up. ASX 200 also a little correction back down, but in general, look, still holding to this area. It's still acting as a good area of support. Yeah, look, at the moment, I'm going to stick to the same game plan. I'm not going to really improvise here too much. I'm going to say this, that as long as we stay somewhere above this 7,245.60 territory, I'm going to continue aiming to the upside. My next target is the 7,331 territory right here. So look, could be a nice good target. Let's see if we can reach that, guys. But at the moment, like I said, I'm not getting way too bearish on this, and I'm liking what I'm seeing here. It's a little kind of breathing space for the bulls, I would say. Maybe just, you know, to collect a few more of them, and then yeah, because don't forget, we're in data right now, in data week as well. So another one. So keep that in mind. Now jumping into S&P 500. So this is what I wanted to really pick up on. So okay, look, the 4,168 territory provided fantastic resistance. Great. This was it's kind of marked near the highs of the February 15th and 16th. So this barrier provided good hold up. Now we're seeing a bit of a retracement, which is fine. Look, I mean, I talked about this. Maybe I said something like that could be possible. I am currently kind of considering this, like I said, this idea for maybe a bit of a retracement or something like that. However, I will probably consider that retracement if, let's say, from the shorter term perspective, we fall below yesterday's low, near the 4,115. If we do that, then yes, I'll aim for this upside support line taken from the low the 13th of March, and then we'll take it from there. But again, let's say, coming back to the Fed, by the way, look, this is how it changed right now. Back to no rate hikes, you know, for the May meeting. Okay, don't get me wrong. This is going to continue changing, and the fact that we are in this kind of job number data week. Look, yesterday we had the JOLTs in from the U.S. Today from the U.S. we have the ADPs, ADP. Non-farm employment change. On Friday we have the NFPs, so non-farm payments, non-farm payroll. So yeah, look, it's a lot of numbers, a lot of data. So just kind of don't forget that this might end up being a roller coaster ride. So for now, what I'm considering here is, like I said, yeah, maybe we could see a bit of a retracement here. I'm currently going to be watching this 4,115 territory. Then if we do drop below it, I'm going to consider maybe the crossroads of these two trend lines, maybe as a good potential area for a rebound, and maybe then, you know, we could go back up. For the downside, I really need to see maybe a drop below the crossroads here, below both of these trend lines. For now, this is what I'm keeping an eye on, and also a drop below this territory, this highlighted zone between the 4,784 and the 4,082. And then we'll take it from there. Oh, by the way, this reminds me, because I'm talking about S&P, one of the viewers, Candle Z or Candles, I saw your message yesterday in the once the video kind of got uploaded. So I don't know if you messaged me earlier, or did you message me at that time when the video got uploaded or finished, basically? Because again, it seems like the messages are coming through okay, so maybe it's something, or maybe some connection on your side. Again, I don't know, so just trying to brainstorm here. But yeah, I saw your messages and I saw that you mentioned the level on NASDAQ, I think, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, sorry about that if I missed the comment, guy. You know, but yeah, Candle Z, Candles Z, Candles. I don't know which one's the correct one, but yeah, like I said, sorry about that if you know, if I missed your comment, but yeah, hopefully it can go okay this time. But anyway, look. Coming back to this, the S&P, I think we're going to be a little bit in limbo mode in general at this point, in the short run I'm talking about. Because, okay, we're going to be waiting for the data. We're going to be waiting to see what's going to happen with, you know, with the ADP. By the way, we have the ISM non-manufacturing numbers today coming out as well. That's something to keep an eye on from the US. But yeah, later on, I mean, going tomorrow, we have during the Asian morning, we have the Chinese manufacturing and services PMIs coming out. Yep, China is coming back. I mean, it is on holiday today still, so it's coming back tomorrow. And yeah, of course, we'll have the initial jobless claims. Canada will deliver their jobs numbers tomorrow. So yeah, quite a busy week as well, I would say. And on Friday, it's yeah, it's a Good Friday in the Catholic world. So yeah, if you're celebrating that, then yeah, well, say, you know, happy upcoming Easter. But yeah, guys, look, coming back to the situation here, DAX, for example, DAX is it's still stuck. It's kind of waiting, I think. And I think it's gonna wait for data to come out, some sort of like that it could trigger. So to be honest, given the fact that we have quite significant data every day, almost every day, so I'm kind of waiting for that trigger. So at this point, I'm just observing the price action. Yesterday we had a nice push to the upside, but then you see it corrected back down. This little formation looks like a possible bullish flag, but again, don't get me wrong, we could still drift back down, for example, drop below the 15,700 zone, test the upside line, rebound from it, and push back up. So, you know, this way we could take the market could take out a lot of traders, and yeah, it could increase the frustration. But unfortunately, that's what the market does. Now, like I said, coming back to this, as long as it stays above the 15,700 territory, I'm just kind of pushing to the upside. I'm aiming higher, and we'll go from there, to be honest. If you're not really comfortable with this scenario from, let's say, from the subside line or something, then keep your eyes on at least on this barrier, the 15,815. Then just bear with me one moment. So yep. So at the moment, like looking at the picture here, sorry, somebody tried to come into the room, but yeah, and yeah, totally distracted me. But look, if you're looking for some upside, like I said, you could start looking at some higher levels if we do push above the 15,815. That's the futures that I'm looking at here, by the way, the German DAX 40 futures, not the cash index. We also have the cash index, by the way. I mean, you can check out that one. But here, look, I'm keeping an eye. I'm going to keep an eye on this barrier, the 15,815. If we clear that one, then yes, I will go to the upside, and then we'll take it from there. So long story short, for now, I am leaning towards the upside in general, but I need some confirmation breaks, because again, we're stalling here, and this is what I don't like. I mean, I want to see some more clarity, and I'm not really getting it. So that's why I'm going to wait for a clear, at least a confirmation break. For the downside, well, a break of this upside line could do the trick. Now, look, I mean, previously I talked about this 15,500 zone, 500 zone. I'm still talking about it, but I think that if we start breaking the upside line, I'll get a little bit more excited with the downside. The USX2, well, sorry, USX USD, the DXY, the dollar index. So yesterday, okay. Job numbers, JOLTs, job opening numbers did not really sparkle here with the dollar index, and you can see here we fell below my hurdle here, the 101.55. This confirmed the forthcoming lower low, and it reached my next target, the 101.26, and I said that if we clear that one, then I'm aiming for the 100.67. Look, at the moment, I am kind of aiming there. Maybe from the shorter term perspective, we could see a bit of a retracement, something like that happening. Again, that could be quite interesting to see, because again, we might see a little retracement here or something like that. Maybe a test of this 101.55 from underneath. And then if it holds, yep, another decline could be possible. That's of course in the scenario if we do decide to go for a little correction here to the upside. Now, in terms of let's say if we don't go there, yeah. So I would say this way: if we do fall and stay below this 101.26 territory, yes, I will continue targeting the downside. Now, gold. Look at this monstrosity. I mean, yesterday's move, boom, to the upside. There we go. We cleared the triangle. And look, this is what I talked about yesterday. I said that first of all, I said that if we don't be surprised if we, for example, continue to trade inside this pattern, but I said as well that if you start clearing one of the sides of this triangle, then yep, this is when I'll consider the next short-term directional move. And look at the move here. We cleared this barrier, the upper side of the triangle, and we reached my target, the 2010 territory. We actually overshot it as well by far by another extra $10. So and now what's kind of coming into my mind here is, and let me just put this on the chart, and I'll remove the upper side of the triangle, no longer needed, and this is what I'm gonna be considering. So again, not a very ideal formation, something like this basically. So yep, maybe like a rising channel. Again, it's not very ideal, I think. Let me just see if this is gonna, yeah. So something like that should be drawn. I think this is a nice parallel rising channel. So basically there is some room here toward the 2030-31 zone, something like that. We might get a little hold up here, and then maybe a drift back down. So, or unless, let's say, this has already kind of, proven to be quite a strong short-term move, maybe a bit of a retracement here could be possible. Look, if we do see a retracement, then maybe something like this we could consider, like the 23.6, which is actually near my 2009-10 zone, approximately around there. Could be a nice good retracement here, but again, only in the sense that if we struggle to go through the yesterday's highs straight away. If we do clear those, ignore this. We'll just go straight away towards that upper bound of the potential, still potential, not confirmed, potential rising channel. And then, yeah, I'll take it from there. So this is going to be my next target. Let's say if it does continue to push higher, my next target is going to be around the 2031, 32, something like that zone. And then I'll take it from there, and then I'll go from there. I'll see what's happening for next. But again, this is where the tricky bit is. If you're not really comfortable with this, guys, at this point, just I would say leave it. Wait for it to make a either a retracement towards this little territory somewhere around here, or to go towards this area, towards the 2031, to the upper side of the rising channel, and then yes, maybe it could do something. Maybe we could get a little retracement or something like that. So just kind of be cautious and be wary of that, guys. Now, again, like I said, very interesting developments here on gold. Silver, even better. Look at the spectacular move. Honestly, I talked about this and I said, look, as long as we stay above this upside line somewhere, then yes, I'm kind of leaning towards the upside. I said to, like, yesterday, maybe we could get a little retracement or something like that, but hey, that retracement never happened. And instead, I said that if we do clear this 24.16 territory, I'll go higher. Boom. It went higher. It went higher towards my target, the 24.64 zone right here. Not only that, it cleared it. And honestly, like it was a piece of cake here for this one. What's next? Well, the fact that, yes, we're getting a little retracement right now. And in general, don't get me wrong, I would like to see a little bit of a retracement. Maybe like to pick it up somewhere from around here and then push further north. But of course, the market doesn't always do what I want it to do. So maybe we just could continue rallying. Let's say if we clear and stay above the 25.14 zone right here, this will confirm a forthcoming higher high, and this is where I need to go searching for a new good level. And the first one that kind of comes to my mind, excuse me, is this one right here. The highest point of April of 2022. So last year's highest point of April. I mean, we're in April right now, so maybe a bit of symbolism. Maybe we could go there, but again, let's not rush into anything, guys. For now, like I said, I'm just keeping it cautious and careful, and yeah, I'm just gonna observe the price action for now. Unless we start clearing the 25.14 zone. Yep, then yes, I will start aiming further north. Look, there is another little target here, the inside swing low of the 18th of April of 2022, which is near the 25.75 territory. So good potential target as well before that highest point. So we could initially target that one. So, but I'm considering something like this. I really would like to see something like this. Maybe this is me maybe becoming a little bit biased. But I would say, yeah, look, I'm looking at this barrier right here, the 25.14. If we clear it, this will confirm a forthcoming higher high. If we struggle to clear this one, maybe a bit of a retracement here back down could be possible. If we stay somewhere above this 24.64 territory, yes, more buyers could still come in and pick up a lower rate. Lower price, and yes, if we do fall below this hurdle, this 24.64, then I will consider a bit of a retracement here towards the upside line, and yeah, this one right here. So basically, I will class this move as a temporary correction before another possible leg of buying. I can see there's a comment, Abhishek Kulsur. There we go. Abhishek Kulsur. Nice. Well, thank you very much. It's a nice comment as well. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. I hope you're having a wonderful start of Wednesday. Hope everybody else who's joining in right now are having a wonderful start of Wednesday. So yeah, I hope this market is not, is good to you. I hope it really is. Right. Let's jump into oil. Very quickly. Oil, still struggling with this barrier. Still, from Monday, since after we kind of got that gap to the upside here. Look, I said to you guys, I'm gonna wait on this one. I need to see a confirmation break through this highlighted zone here, this resistance area, which is on my chart. It's roughly between the 81.73 and 82.64 levels, approximately around here. So I need to see a clearance of that in order, and I need to see the body of the daily candle staying above it in order to go further north. For the downside, again, short-term downside scenario for me is somewhere from around here, from around this 79 mark. So if we fall below it and stay below it, then yes, I will consider a correction here, and we could class that correction as a temporary one before another possible leg of buying. Now, Ethereum, of course, weaker dollar helping out here, helping out to some cryptos. By the way, it seems like lately cryptos are moving, the top cryptos especially are kind of they have shifts. Hey, today's my time to move higher, although I've moved higher because, let's say, because of the weaker dollar or something like that. And yeah, okay, today is my turn, now I'm gonna move. Okay, tomorrow is gonna be your turn. Okay, great. So it kind of seems like that to me. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing something here. Yeah, if you're a crypto specialist, probably so you can utilize that information and kind of make it work in your favor. But for me, look, what I'm seeing here right now is, okay, first of all, from the technical perspective, great, we cleared my barrier, the 1847. That's wonderful. Okay, so we stayed above it, and now so far it's working out nicely, so it's going higher. My next target, as I said, as I mentioned before, when I talked about Ethereum, I said that if we clear this 1847 territory, I'll go toward the 1900, and then of course the psychological 2000 mark. So we're now going nicely towards that. So let's see if we can hit that 2000 mark. Ideally, I have this 2019, but hey, can't get everything, so I'll go slowly on this. Litecoin, guys. So this is what I'm talking about. So Ethereum is pushing nicely. Litecoin is, it pushed higher, but not much. It's still in the range. Still in my range here that I have. So I said to you previously that if we clear one of the sides here, then I'll consider the next short-term directional move. So in a way, although I understand that maybe it could follow Ethereum, could follow some other cryptos, but look, until we get that break, I'm not really getting too excited about this. So I have been wrong in the past about this, so just kind of, like I said, I rather stick to my rules, and I strongly suggest everybody else, if you have a strategy that works for you, look, stick to it. Honestly, once it stops working, then you can relook at it, but until it's working, don't try to invent. I mean, the bicycle is already invented, so if you want to only improve it, that's another thing, but don't try to invent the same bicycle again. So, but anyway, look, Litecoin, coming back to this, okay, I'm playing the waiting game, but could be quite interesting later on. Okay, the Dogecoin, the Elon coin. Basically, okay, look, I talked about this yesterday. I said that, okay, wonderful, we had some, we had a boost from Mr. Musk. Okay, great, wonderful. It always cracks me up here. And but from the technical perspective, look how well it played out. So we found good resistance near that 0.1 territory. And now it's currently providing good resistance. Now, if we continue to struggle to overcome that barrier, then yes, another decline here could be possible. Initially, I'll be targeting this 0.092 area, but if that gets clear, then a larger correction here to the downside could be possible. For the upside, I need to see a push above that 0.1 zone in order to get comfortable with higher levels. And not only a push, I need to see the body of the daily candle staying above it, because we got it last 2 days. We had these false breakouts, not really, not doing good for the bulls, just kind of teasing them. So yeah, let's see how this is going to play out here. Okay, AUDUSD. So the RBA aftermath, as I kind of would like to call this. So yeah, look, AUDUSD is drifting to the downside. Although the US dollar is the weaker one right now, still we are seeing this pair drifting to the downside. And why? Because again, the RBA, the central bank of the Australian central bank, did not raise any rates on Tuesday, and yes, they kind of weakened the Australian dollar a little bit. And we saw a bit of a decline here. And I said to you previously that, look, whenever we break a trend line or something like that, we kind of tend to test it from the other side, and this is exactly what happened. That's why my upside scenario is from around here, from around this actually 0.68 territory, approximately around here. If we clear that 0.68 zone, I will go higher, because at the same time we'll confirm a forthcoming higher high, and we would be above all of my EMAs on my daily chart. So just kind of keep that in mind. For the downside, I need to see a drop below this upside line here, taken from the low of the 10th of March. If we clear that, then yes, I will go lower. At the moment, we're balancing above this, so there's still hope that the bulls could pick it up. And again, if the US dollar continues to slide, then well, we could yeah, we could see this one reversing nicely to the upside, so keep that in mind. And again, another thing to complicate your lives here, so from the technical perspective, look, maybe we're forming here a nice bullish flag or pennant, or could be forming. If that is the case, then yeah, you know what, you know the drill. According to all the TA rules, these tend to break to the upside, but again, we have to wait for that. So that's why I have this area right here. This is 0.68. So AUDNZD, of course, RBNZ does 50 basis points. This is what my headline is saying there. Right, now, RBA comes out with 0, RBNZ comes out with 50. Basically, they're more worried about the fact that they have rising inflation, so RBNZ just kind of, you know what, initially the forecast was like only for 25 basis points, but there we go. There we go, we got 50, and yes, it strengthened New Zealand dollar quite a lot against its major counterparts. I'll get to other pairs, NZD pairs, in a bit, but yeah, look at this beautiful beautiful exit, and the timing is just perfect. Look, I talked about this this pattern already like last week. I picked up on this and I said that we are in a range. In order to go, you know, in order to clear up this clear one of the sides, or in order to consider the next short-term directional move, we need to clear one of the sides. And well, the timing is perfect. So RBNZ interest rate announcement, boom, great, cleared, fantastic. And by the way, according to all the TA rules, it's working out perfectly as well, because look, the we entered the range, but the prevailing trend was to the downside. So basically, percentage-wise, there's always more. It's a higher percentage that we're going to get a clearance in the same direction as the prevailing trend. So in this case, just textbook, and this is, and I don't know if you've seen my previous videos, but I've mentioned it before. I love this pair. Honestly, it's very technical. And it's very nice. So yeah, so far so good, and we cleared the lower side here. That's wonderful. So what's next? We tested my target, one of my targets, the 1.0623, somewhere around here, and we dropped below it. And look, we're still below it, so I'm gonna continue aiming to the downside towards the 1.0560, and this is where my ideal scenario is. I want to see if we can get a little hold up here or not. If we can, wonderful, great. I will go. I mean, we could see maybe a bit of a rebound or something like that. But again, let's not rush into anything. For now, let's just target this area, this 1.0560. If we stay below the 1.0623, if we push back up above it, I'll take a neutral stand, and I'm gonna wait for better times. AUDJPY very quickly on this one. So yeah, this continues to hold. Yesterday we saw the the market's kind of declining a little bit. Again, yen buying kicked in, so yeah, this is quite interesting to see what's going to happen further. Basically, at the moment, my level here, the 88.55, I talked about it yesterday. I said if we drop and stay below it, I'll lean a little bit more towards the downside. Well, at the moment, we're just flirting with that level, and it's currently providing very good support. If we clear it and we stay below it, then yes, I'll go a little bit lower. For the upside, I need to see, now previously talked about this level, and I'm still talking about this level, the 90.23. I really like that one. But to be honest, look at this. Let's, hey, what the heck? Let's see if we can break this downside line. If we can, okay, great. I mean, I will go a little bit more to the upside, but again, with still with some cautiousness, excuse me, with some cautiousness, because again, this barrier is quite an important one for me, this 90.23. But if that gets cleared, wonderful. You know, we could go further north, well, further north, towards the other downside line, which I have here, the medium term, or actually this long term, medium term downside resistance line, taken from the high of the 13th of September of 2022. So yeah, again, it's a tentative one, don't get me wrong, but hey, maybe, you know, we could test it and it could become not a tentative one, because like this one, for example, it also was a tentative. Now it's not, no, we had the third touch here and it's no longer a tentative. Same story here, might be here, but again, For that, we need to see a strong reversal back up, and we need to see the markets pushing back up. So, you know, let's wait and see. Now, NZDCHF, very quickly on this, guys. So, okay, look, had a fantastic rally here. Of course, we pushed nicely to the upside, and I talked about this, and I said that if we clear the upper side of this, break this downside line, yes, I'll go a little bit higher, but I'll get more excited with the upside if we push above the 0.5772. We did push above it, but look at this, we quickly retraced back down, and not only that, we retraced back into the, well, some of you might say the triangle pattern. Yes, we did. So again, now the question is what's going to happen further. To be honest, this I always need to see the body of the daily candle staying above this, above a certain barrier or a certain level or below a certain level. So, yep, we didn't see that. So it was just a nice, beautiful false breakout. So again, I stress these all the time, false breakouts, because we get those. These are opportunities to take out traders and, yes, to kind of, you know, because again, what you see, other people see as well. So the market sees that as well. So, you know, just kind of be careful, be wary of that. But look, I'm gonna stick to the same game plan. If we do push back above this downside line, okay, I'll get a little bit more excited with the upside, but I'll get even more excited if we do push and stay above the 0.5772. For the downside, I need to see a break of this upside line here, taken from the low of the 13th of March, and then we'll take it from there. NZDUSD, so boom, there we go, beautiful. So we exited, yes, we exited not yesterday, but we exited the range here on Monday, and in a way, we kind of actually confirmed an ascending triangle. So yeah, kind of we had a triangle here, so this was the barrier. So yeah, the upper side of it, and we cleared it. So my next target was the 0.6390. Look, we just fell shy by a few, kind of maybe around 10 pips, but I'll take that. It's never the exact level. It's always the area near that level. So if it's, let's say, struggling to go all the way towards your target, guys, just take your profits. And, you know, this is what I do and kind of, and this is where, like I said, I am keeping an eye on my levels. But again, although it's a level, it's actually the area. So long story short, what's next? Well, at this point, I'm just going to be playing the waiting game. I like it, but I'm going to play the waiting game because now this is my scenario for the upside. I would like to see a clearance of this area, the 0.6390, in order to go higher. If we're going to start bouncing around somewhere around here in this area, I don't really like it. I rather see some sort of clarity. But now, let's say for the downside, yes, and still a break above this upside line is needed, because at the same time we would drop below all of the EMAs here on my daily chart, and the market could see that as a bearish indication, and we could drift a little bit lower. But again, let's wait and see what's going to happen, especially with the dollar, US dollar. Then yeah, we'll take it from there. USDCHF. So of course the US dollar declined yesterday. Boom, there we go. Look, I talked about this and I said that if we drop below the 0.9125, I will target the 0.9060 zone right here. Tick, mission accomplished. Team, we're heading home. Well, not really, but we're staying around here for the next opportunity. So now what's next? Look, this is going to be a tricky one for me here, to be honest. We're near this key support area, and so don't be surprised if we, let's say, see a bit of bounciness here. You know, maybe some false breakouts, something like that. So in general, I am bearish. And I'm leaning towards the downside. But in terms of the downside, I need to find a new target here for myself. So probably this one could be a good one. The lowest point of August of 2021. And this could be also a nice, good target somewhere around here. The 0.892630, I think, something like that. There we go. Yeah, 30. So look, at the moment, I'm leaning towards the downside. Yes, correct. I am considering a move towards the 0.9018, something like that, or maybe even the psychological 0.90 zone. Okay, great. But only if we stay below this highlighted zone. If we push back above it, I am taking a bit of a neutral stand, and I'm going to be observing the price action. And I think, well, actually this barrier, the 0.9125 that I talked about previously, becomes my barrier for the upside. Again, depending on how this is going to trade, maybe I'll actually look at the downside line, but again, it could become a barrier for my upside. So let's say if we sharply suddenly today we reverse back up here, then yes, of course it's not the not relevant anymore. But if we start moving sideways here a little bit, let's say like this, move towards the downside line, and then it decides to break higher, then yes, this barrier could play out nicely. But again, for now we're leaning towards the downside. Let's see if we can squeeze something out of this one. USDCAD very quickly on this one. This one is, yeah, rebounding. So the dollar declined, okay, but we didn't really have much, let's say, strong moves to the downside on this one. Why? Because again, oil slowed down, and the moment, I mean, also Canada is waiting for the data. Nobody wants to make any rushed decisions, so oil is not moving, so there's not really, and we have the job numbers, Canadian job numbers coming out on Thursday, so just kind of, I think that it might stay around somewhere around here, bounce around this 200-day EMA. And look, yesterday I talked about this, and this is exactly what I was saying. If we somehow push back above this 1.3441 zone, yes, I'll consider maybe a bit of a retracement here. Now, maybe I'm being too ambitious aiming here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna aim for this little territory right here, the 1.3488 first. Okay, if we clear it, I'll go for the 100-day EMA. But okay, if we struggle with clearing this territory, then maybe a drift back down could be possible. That's in terms of the upside scenario. For the downside, still the same, 1.3411. I need to see a drop below it in order to go to the downside. GBPUSD, beautiful clearance, fantastic. We cleared the 1.2444 yesterday, and we stayed above it. Okay, great. We stayed above it, and we're now, yeah, I'm still aiming for that 1.2666. Look, it's pretty straightforward here. I'm not gonna try to do anything else. I'm just gonna stay positive. If we continue to trade above this 1.2444, if we fall back below it, well, this is where I'm going to start considering maybe the downside, but my downside scenario is from around 1.22 territory. I get it. Maybe some of you would like to capture this little drop here. Let me just put this on the chart. So this little area. Okay, look, it's not a crime to start looking at some lower levels again if we do drop back and stay below the 1.2444. If we do have that, then yes, okay, we could target the 1.2275 zone right here, and then we'll take it from there. But again, at this point, I'm leaning more towards the upside, but I need the pair to stay above this territory, above that 1.2444. Euro Aussie. So there we go. This one is exciting and annoying at the same time, because look, what I talked about previously, I said that if we stay above this upside line and then we clear this 1.6254 territory, I'll get a little bit more excited with the upside. Well, we cleared we broke the upside line, and yesterday when I was covering this in my morning video, I said, look, if we stay below the 1.6139, I will lead to the downside. I'll aim lower if we stay below it. If we push back inside this territory, I'll take a bit of a neutral stand. But if we start clearing this barrier, I'm going to get a little bit more positive. And this is where I'm leaning to right now. So I'm leaning towards the upside. Again, have to point this out that I don't want to see another false breakout like this. I would like to see the body of the daily candle staying here. If we do stay above this, then yes, I will continue targeting the upside. If we fall back below this barrier again, I will kind of take a neutral stand again and just going to observe the price action. I'm going to wait for better times. And finally, EURUSD, guys. So, boom, quick, beautiful push above this 1.0930. We're currently still above it, and if we continue to trade above that area, then yes, I will target that 1.10 zone, 1.1033 as well, which is the highest point, the current highest point of this year, by the way. We're kind of slowly crawling towards that area, and I think we could break it, but okay, let's wait and see. But again, it's going to be quite an interesting one to watch because look, in general, if we look at it from the broader perspective, last time we crossed with the 50 and the 100 crossed the 200-day EMA was back here in July 2021, then August, yep, 2021. And then we look at this prolonged move lower, guys. I mean, this took a while. And now look, we crossed the 50, the 100, crossed the 200 to the upside, and now we're kind of trying to form these higher highs, higher lows. Look, don't be surprised if we clear the 1.1033 zone. And if we do, the next target, of course, is the 1.12, then 1.13, 14, 15, maybe all the way towards going towards this little territory around here. And then, yes, we will take it from there, guys. So, but yep, it could be a nice target. 1.14, or actually 1.15 territory could be a nice target later on. But hey, that's a little bit, I mean, a little bit far into the future. I mean, again, like I said, I don't have the crystal ball, but let's go slowly on this. And if we do stay above the 1.0930, I'm going to continue targeting this 1.10, 1.1033 zone. If we fall back down, okay, we could consider some moves lower, but I will aim for downside maybe from a after a break below the 1.0845 territory, and then we could take it from there. So that's kind of it, guys. That's it for this session. I really hope you found it useful, and thank you very much for your participation, guys, for your views, for your likes, for your comments. Honestly, all that helps. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. You cannot even imagine how much I appreciate that. If you think that it's okay, no, actually I do appreciate that. So honestly, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for participating in my videos. Look, if there is an instrument that you want to which you want me to cover, look, unless it's apart from a stock, the stocks are going to be separate in the streaming. In the ideas section on our page. But if there's like an index commodity or a forex or a crypto, just kind of let me know. If we have that on easy markets, then I'll cover it. If we don't, then I'm not going to cover it. So just, yeah, so keep that in mind. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining in, watching till the end. I really appreciate that. So have a beautiful trading day. Don't overtrade. Jamil's okay, honestly, when there's no gap, I mean, I don't know where to put the S. Jamil Smod, or is it Jamil's mod? So, but anyway, in general, thank you very much for all the kind words. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. So, but yeah, maybe next time just put it, I don't know which way is it correct. I don't know, but yeah, apologies for that. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate your time. So I'll have to wrap it up here. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, 6 o'clock GMT time. If you're not able to join the live session, you can always, view the recording. But yeah, it's up to you guys. So yeah, thank you very much. And I'll see you tomorrow, 6 o'clock GMT time. Thank you very much, and bye-bye. If you want to continue to please the trading gods, subscribe to our channel for a blessing.